I think mindfulness is a great way to help kids stay focused in the classroom, help them understand their emotions better, help deal with stressful situations better. It's an all-around beneficial practice, and I think it speaks volumes just to see how much my kids react to it and how much benefit they get out of it.
That's brilliant. And how has it been for you?
Oh, for me, I've been practicing it in my personal life off and on for a couple of years, and I find it helps me in all the same ways it helps the kids. It helps me focus, it helps me deal with my emotions, understand who I am, and just try to live in the moment, because like I say, if you're thinking about the past or the future, you're not here. And I think that's the best thing about it, is it teaches you how to be here for yourself and for the people around you.
So mindfulness with Mel had a really positive impact on my class, in particular I think in the school, because we had a few students in our class who just became completely obsessed with it and would speak to me about it all the time and would tell me about how they'd utilise it at home, and we would work through it together. So if there was an issue, they would say to me, I need to think about my mindfulness. And we're just constantly updating me on their progress, and also parents would also come in and tell me how they'd seen their son utilise it at home and teach them about it, which was just so nice to hear. And then there was a bunch of characters in my class, but all of them over the whole period became really into it. And it was after, our sessions were always after break, so I think they really looked forward to it because it would kind of diffuse tensions, and it was like a calming, safe space for 45 minutes or whatever every week, where we could just focus on something together as a class, and it was really great. And me personally, I just found it like so refreshing, and I was so like proud that we did it at our school. Like I would tell all my friends, like we do mindfulness at our school, and everyone would be really impressed, just because it's a hectic, chaotic job. So it's important that you take the time for yourself to breathe, and like it just makes you better at your job, basically.
Hi, just some feedback for the Primary Learning Centre MBSR therapy, and just how positive it's been for staff and pupils within the educational setting. To begin with, the mindfulness practices themselves are really accessible. And then when you couple that with the types of resources that are given that are relatable and clear, it just makes for a really positive experience that you can put into the day-to-day practices. And that's the same way where children are given the tools and strategies to apply to their daily situations. And it's been really great to see a lot of children grow in confidence and their self-esteem, and just knowledge of positive things that they can do to move themselves in, more of a positive direction. So it's been a really positive experience, and I am grateful.
Mindfulness sessions have helped me to become much more aware of my feelings and my thoughts as well, my emotions. And definitely to manage my stressful days a lot better, really. And as for my students, for my class for 9AC, I would say the students are very happy to have a pattern every week, to have a moment of relaxation, probably, that they cannot have in other lessons. Some kind of space, and definitely by using techniques like meditation or breathing, simply breathing, I've witnessed how calm they can actually be in a session. Therefore, I really think they will benefit from these sessions a lot in the future, as well as the staff. Obviously, because I've seen a few colleagues attending to the sessions, and we all agree with the same, that it's actually something that really works well to cope with the stress a lot better.
Hi, my name is Yvonne McPhail. I work at MCourt School as a TA. Mindfulness that I actually tried is actually works. It helps me to maintain my headaches, my stress, keeps me relaxed, and it's actually good for students and stuff like that. When they're having a little bit of problems they can't get through anyway, they could actually resolve themselves and relax. It's been a good impact on me. I actually do it in the afternoons when I feel stressed at work, and I think you all should try it. Mindfulness is something that you all really need to get into, because it actually helps your health, your body, and your mind. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Juanita. I'm part of a sensory class at Elm Court. We do mindfulness with our class, which at first was a bit struggling because we have some students that don't know how to keep still. So going through the mindfulness process was a bit hard in order to keep them quiet so the others can listen and follow instructions. That has actually changed and they are loving it. I also do after school mindfulness with the teacher, which has been very relaxing. It has helped me to distress after my day. And I do practice it when I can in my day-to-day life to help me distress myself.
Hello, good morning. My name is Jose, and I'm part of that group as well with Mel, the mindfulness process. At the beginning, it was hard with our students. We do that with for the students between 12 and 14. And in the beginning, it was a struggle. In the beginning, it was mad. They were all over the place. But that's to say, by the end of the process, they did look like little Buddhas, how focused they were actually. So that's to say, actually, it does have some result that mindfulness, saying to make them think a little bit like introspective for themselves, does have some result at the end, and you can see them a little bit calmer by the end of the thing. So let's go.
I am Navida Young. I'm a special needs teacher. I also support women to learn to read, and I run a CIC that supports young people to use art to relax. I think mindfulness is great in schools because being a teenager, I even remember way back then there's so many emotions, and how to manage and how to handle the emotions. Any kind of additional skills you can get is a bonus. And I've definitely seen a difference in the young people. Those who are ready for mindfulness embrace it, and it has a time for them just to stop, to think, to reflect. And it's like their space where they can stop the busyness that sometimes is happening in their mind. As a professional, it's great for me because we often had it at the end of the school day. And because there's so much going on, it gave a time just to stop, to slow down the pace. It's almost like it felt like being recharged, and I was in a better place to do what I needed to do after, because I've had that kind of half hour of recharging, relaxing and just recentering to let me do the next stage of my day or my evening.